Here we are in Stanley Park, one of my favourite places in the world in the heart of Vancouver, Canada. I'd love to show you around some of my favourite corners, from the famous Seawall walk to the spectacular gardens and wildlife you can spot along the way. It's 1/5 larger than Central Park in New York and almost as big as Vancouver's whole downtown area, so let's go! There were so many reasons I wanted to go back to Vancouver again this year, but the Seawall was top of my list. This is the longest uninterrupted waterfront path in the world, taking you right around Stanley Park with spectacular views back to the city's skyscrapers and across the water to North and West Vancouver and the mountains in the distance. The loop around the edge of the park is about 9 kilometres or 5.5 miles. Such a peaceful walk to take in the fresh air, an inspiring jog with all that great scenery, or you might like to bike, clearly lots of people do, or even rollerblade or hop on a horse-drawn carriage. As you work your way around the seawall, you'll see the Brockton Point Lighthouse at the easternmost point of the park, 9 famous First Nations totem poles, and the mighty Lionsgate Bridge will begin to appear. Named after the 2 mountain peaks north of Vancouver known as the Lions. The scale of it is so dramatic whether you're walking under it or even going over it. About 2/3 of the way through the walk, you'll be rewarded with a sighting of Siwash Rock, a spectacular rocky outcrop on the edge of the park that's part of Squamish legend for the Indigenous people of this region. You can't miss it, look for the tree on top. If you'd rather head straight to the centre of the park, you'll be greeted by glorious gardens and rainforest, 400 hectares of it in fact. Gosh, too many varieties of flowers and plants to name, but those allium, the tall pom-pom looking things, are particularly noticeable near the Rose Garden. And I'm pretty sure British Columbia is the rhododendron capital of the world because these bushes just flourish here in spring. Anyone needing a break yet? Stanley's Bar and Grill near the Rose Garden is a great spot to pause for a cool drink or a bite to eat. But let's keep going, we're not far from the Vancouver Aquarium in the heart of the park. It opened in the 50s as Canada's first aquarium and now houses 50,000 animals, including some beautiful beluga whales and adorable sea otters. So it's not just humans who enjoy a day in Stanley Park. At least 500 species of wildlife are found here in the wilderness. You'll definitely run into a Canada goose or 10 and plenty of gorgeous goslings in spring. But you could also spot bald eagles, great blue herons and woodpeckers. Several beavers call Beaver Lake home of course, and I've even seen a raccoon and a harbour seal hanging out around the seawall, so keep an eye out. Thank you for joining me on this quick tour of some of my favourite spots in stunning Stanley Park. Let me know if you've visited, and if you're planning a trip, enjoy that walk around the seawall for me. See you next time.